Marley here from Our Protection Dogs. So today we're going to do, and Billy, sorry Billy, yeah. And so today we're going to do another how-to video. So the time has come for Billy Bones to learn how to do a stay. So we're going to do a short little video of teaching him the sit stay. So we have not done any stays with him as a puppy up until now. We don't like doing stays as a puppy because it's a lot of control work, a lot of corrections, a lot of telling him, no, you're not allowed to do this, you're not allowed to do that. So also, we were discussing it earlier, he doesn't understand his markers well enough yet and stuff in order for him to do the stay successfully and for us to progress fast. So it's not so difficult for us to teach the stays, so we do teach it once they're a little bit older. Billy Bones, I think, is about 11 months now, 10, 11 months maybe. If it's that, no, I think it's about 10 months. Let's say 9 to 10 months. So we think that he is ready to do it. So today's video is just basically how we're going to start him off at. So that's usually Billy. The most difficult part for everybody is how to start. How do I get him to actually just stay so I can reward him? So obviously, once you can get the outcome what we get today with your dog, you then now going to slowly progress from going a little bit further away from your dog, making your time that you stay away from him a little bit longer, everything gradually. So no big steps now, putting him there and then walking to the end of the room and then get upset when he breaks the stay. So it's all very short little sessions and short little amounts of time that we ask him to stay in his sit position. So with Billy, he does not have a separate command for his stay. So what I mean by that is I'll put him in a sit, and I'll expect him to stay there if I tell him to stay in that position. So he doesn't have the command like sit, stay, stuff like that. You can, there's nothing wrong with it. You can do that with your dog. For me, that's just how I like it. I use it with my other dog, so it's easy for me to keep the commands the same so I don't get confused with this dog and that dog and all those. Billy, leave the collar. Leave the collar. We're going to work now. So in my hand, I've got treats for him. Very, very small, little bite-sized, very small little treats. Okay, so before I carry on, let's talk about some mistakes we always see that people make with stays. They always want to go too far too quickly, okay, or they always want to make the stay too long too quickly without going back and rewarding the dog often. They don't use markers. Remember, look at the previous videos where we do marker training. You have to mark your behaviors. You have to tell him when he's doing something wrong. So you have to have a way to communicate with your dog. And then specifically for your sit stay, it isn't the most comfortable position for your dog to stay in. So don't expect him to do a 5-minute sit stay. It's so unfair because he's going to break. He's going to go lie down. So sit stays are usually short stays. So if you want to do a long stay, it's usually a down stay. And then another big mistake people make at the beginning with their stays is they call the dog out of a stay. So don't do that, especially in the beginning. You always go back and reward the dog for staying because they're so clever, and once they get to understand the exercise, they anticipate that you're going to call them and then they come to you before they break their stay. So always go back. Calling your dog out of a stay is something that you do a little bit later. Once their stay is very, very solid, you can call them out, but we still do 80% of the time we go back and reward our stays. So always reward your stays. Okay, so let's get started with Billy Bones. Sit. Good. So I just move away a little bit. You can even do less. You can even, if your dog is not so progressed as he is, you can even just do this. Good. Sit. Sit. Good. So I also used my negative marker when I saw he wanted to go and lie down. So he is trying to, because he doesn't understand, trying to offer me different behaviors. Like we've practiced it down a lot, so he thinks maybe you should go down to get the treat. Sit. Good. So I've also got my leash here, where if I see he wants to move that bum or go down, I can apply gentle pressure. So I don't correct him, I just guide him. Sit. Good. So if your command is stay here, you would have said, you put him in a sit, stay, and go out. So I do also at this stage, at the beginning, keep his eye contact on the treats. Sit. Good. Good boy. Okay. Need some more treats. Sit. Good. Sit. Good. So you can see it's very, I just want to go and sit in front of him. I'm not expecting him to understand this right away. Come. Come. Sit. Good. Good boy. Good boy. And I think the other thing that I didn't mention is, Billy, when we do stays, sit, we always put our first step with our right foot. And when we do heeling, we always start on the left foot first. So, sit. Good. Good. Okay. You can see Billy's getting tired of sitting. He's slipping. Sit. Good. Good boy. Okay. Sit. Good. Sit. Sit. Yeah. Sit. Good. Sit. Good. So you see, I made it, it's like a split second that I increased the time. Good. Good. Good boy. Sit. Sit. Good. 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 So, okay. And then we always break them out of stays. Otherwise, they don't know when they're allowed to break and when not. Sit. Good. No. Okay. Sit. Good. Sit. Good. Good boy. So now I don't even have to put any pressure at the back anymore, just by a few repetitions. Sit. Good. Sit. Good. Good boy. Sit. No. Good. So I'm pushing it a bit now, making it further for the purpose of the video, but if I wasn't videoed, I probably would have stopped just by stepping in front and stepping back. Yeah. Sit. Good. And then I always go back into basic position before I reward him. So I see a lot of people come back towards the dog and then rewarding it on the way back. So the dog just learns that he can break that position to get the reward. Sit. Good. Sit. Good. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. I know you're getting tired. Almost done. Sit. Sit. Good. Good. Okay. So, okay, come. Yeah, the dogs are allowed to make mistakes, so don't be too harsh on them. You know, guide them on what to do, and the more you do it, the better it will be. Like your next session, there will be a big progression already as he went to process everything. Sit. Good. Sit. Good boy. Good. Okay. Okay, so I think for Billy Bones, that's about it for today. Come here. Sit. Good. Okay, so that's the sit stay. And for those who wanted to know how to start it off, so remember, keep it short, keep it easy until the dog understands it, then progress with longer time and the further away from the dog. And with your sit stays, you can see how quickly he started to go and sit like this or wanting to lie down, because he can't sit like that for too long. So always keep that in mind with your stays. Just licking all the treats off me. Okay, so if you have found value out of this video, please like. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment section, and then check us out on social media to go and see some pretty photos of Billy and what they're up to. Cheers.